Welcome to online classes DEO Nalgonda. Dear children, this world, our planet Earth, is a beautiful one. We used to see different kinds of living and non-living things on this earth, isn't it? The nature has a number of living and non-living things. As you have learnt already in your previous classes, can you name what are the difference between the or what are the things we used to see in this nature? Yes, living and non-living things. Among living things, what are they? They are plants and animals. So here plants gives us a aesthetic sense, a beautiful nature with their fruit, flowers, greenery and the fruits we enjoy, isn't it? See, plants here if you take as if we human beings have different parts to perform different functions to carry out our life. Plants do also have various parts, their functions, they perform different functions. As you can see, what are the body parts in our body? As we have eyes, nose, mouth, ear and so on. Plants also have different parts. Can you name by seeing this figure a plant body? Yes, here the part which is under the ground is called root. Above the root, on the ground, there we will see another part of the plant, the stem. Stem is branched out and bear various parts such as the leaf, the fruits and flowers. So, there are different kinds of plants, there is a variation, there is a diverse of plants in this world. All plants are of not the same size and shape, there are different sizes, different shape plants are there present on this earth. Some are small, some are big. Plants, as you know, they are present at our home, in our surroundings, in our school, in a park, in a garden as well as in agricultural land. As you see the variation in plants, but they have some similarities, isn't it? Can you name what are the similarities that you find in a plant? The similarities such as they bear roots, they have stem, and leaves, flowers and fruits. So let us today learn more about the plant, especially the parts and its functions. So children, make a group of friends and collect some different kinds of plants, but see, take care that don't uproot many number of plants, because plants are giving life for us, isn't it? They provide us food, they provide us oxygen. So we have to take care of the plants also. Here, when we take plants, such as I collected some plants like Tridax, Gaddi Chamanti, Tridax. One more is grass. Another plant here I collected mirchi, chilies. One more we have collected paddy. Here is another plant, the brinjal. Children, as you have seen, all these plants they have some similarities, that is presence of roots, stem and leaves. Most of the plants they bear flowers. So, here let us study the parts of plants and their functions. Let us take a plant that here as I said, plants, almost all the plants have some similarities that they have roots, stems, leaves, flowers, isn't it? Just now we have seen the Tridax plant. Tridax plant, have you seen, does it have roots, stem and leaves, flowers? Yes. When we observe these roots, the Tridax plant have roots, stem, leaves and flowers. Whereas the grass plant, when we take grass, it also can have the roots, the stem, leaves are present, and also they bear some flowers. When I took this mirchi or chili plant, it also have the roots, stem, leaves and flowers. When it is comes to the paddy plant also have roots, the stem, leaves, and as it grows in size, it bears the flowers. Then it is the brinjal plant. As you see in the brinjal plant, there it contains roots, stem, leaves and also bears the flower. So, this is what we have seen. In general, almost all the plants they bear roots, stem, leaves and flowers. Now, let us study more deeply about the different plants of different parts of plants and their functions. First, we will take the roots. We have taken the plants Tridax. Next is the grass. Next is the chili. Another plant we have paddy. And then the brinjal. Observe carefully the kind of how the Tridax plant have the root. The root is there is a main root, thick main root, and there present some rootlets which are arising from the main root. This type of root system we call it as a taproot system. The main root is called taproot and the rootlets are called lateral roots. Here I want to draw the diagram of a taproot system. There is a main root and from this main root there arises the lateral roots which we call as rootlets. This type of root system is called taproot system. Children, the next plant what we have selected is the grass. Children, are you able to see the roots of a grass plant? Is there any thick main root present? No, isn't it? So, there just at the base of the stem, hair-like roots arise. A number of hair-like roots arise, and these roots are called fibrous roots. And these fibrous roots and the system is called fibrous root system. In the fibrous root system, there is no main root or taproot. Now, let us check the root system of chili plant. So, chili plant have a taproot and lateral roots. When it comes to paddy plant also have a bunch of roots, hair-like roots coming just at the base of the stem. It is a fibrous root system. When it comes to brinjal plants also have the taproot system, isn't it? Children, now let me write the kind of root system that the selected or the plants that we have collected. Tridax, what kind of root system does it have? The taproot system, isn't it? When it comes to grass, we have seen the fibrous root system. In chili plant, we observe that the chili plant has the taproot system. In paddy, it is fibrous root system. And finally, in brinjal plant, we found taproot system. So, almost all the plants they either have taproot system or fibrous root system. This is what we observe in the nature collecting different kinds of plants. Now, let us see what are the functions of the root system in plants. Children, are you able to observe this root system of chili plant? Yes, there is a soil sticked to it, isn't it? Children, roots fixes the plants deep into the soil very firmly, so that it will become very difficult for us to uproot the plants. That means, roots help the plant to fix into the soil very firmly and help it to support on the soil. It helps the plants to keep erect on the soil. That means, it fixes the functions. Here if I write the first function of the root system in a plant is to fix the plant firmly into the soil. Children, when it comes to the second function, when we are studying second function of the roots, roots absorb water and minerals from the soil and supplies to the upper parts of the plant. For this, we had to conduct an experiment. Children, are you able to see this glass tumbler? This glass tumbler, it contains blue water, and the second glass tumbler, it contains red water. Place these tumblers and select two plants and place the plants along with the roots in the water as I shown in this experiment. Keep this set for few hours under the sun outside. When we observe after 3 to 4 hours, the plants which is in blue water, on its leaves we could find blue colored lines. When it comes to the glass tumbler which is with red ink water, it leaves, when I observe, these leaves are having red lines. What does it mean? That red water climbed up into the upper parts of the plants. How does it happen? That is because of the roots of a plant which absorbs water from the soil and conducts to upper parts of the plant. So, that means the second function of the plant roots is the roots absorb water and minerals from the soil and supplies or conducts the water and minerals to the upper parts of the plant. Not only these, roots also do some other functions. Have you ever seen the carrot? Some vegetables like carrot, the beetroot, the radish and the sweet potato. All these are nothing but modifications of roots. They are modified for storage of food material. That means roots also have one more function, that is storage of food material. Storage of food material, isn't it? Children, next, coming to the next part of the plant, that is the stem. As you can see in this plant, the stem is somewhat rigid. Rigid means somewhat hard. Why it is hard? Why? Because the stem bears all the other parts of the plant which it bears, it gives support. It gives support to the upper parts of the plant. So, it becomes very rigid and hard. Let us know more about the stem. Children, here the stem also carries the water and minerals to the upper parts of the plant like branches and leaves. So, how does this happen? For that we had to conduct one more experiment, that is the blue and red ink function experiment. Take 2 tumblers. In one tumbler you pour blue ink water and the another tumbler you pour red ink water. Place the twigs, freshly cut tender twigs of the plants into the tumblers. Keep this arrangement for 2 to 3 hours without disturbing it. After 2 to 3 hours, when we observe the upper parts, there the twig which is in blue ink tumbler, there we will find lines of blue color, and the twig which is in red ink water tumbler, the lines on the leaves we will find red in color. Why does happen? It is because of the stem which carries or supplies the water, absorbs water and supplies to the upper parts of the plant. This is what we call as a conduction of water and minerals. So, the first function of the plant, as it is rigid, it gives strength and support to the plant. The second function of a stem is that it conducts water and minerals to the upper parts of the plant body. Not only these, stems also help in storing of food material, like as you have seen at your home, in the garlic, in the turmeric, as you see here, the ginger and the potato. All these are the examples of plants which store the food material in the stem part. Not only this, sugar cane also one of the example. So, one more function of the stem is store food material. And these examples what we have seen, the potato, ginger, and we have turmeric, all these are known as tuberous stems. Earlier we have seen in case of roots, they are tuberous roots and these are tuberous stems. Okay, children. Now we will study the another part of the leaf plant, the leaves. Leaf is an important part of a plant body, and let us see what actually leaf and its function. Children, you also have to increase your skills of drawing. Here I am drawing a leaf of a hibiscus plant. Children, are the leaves of different plants that what we have studied right now, like the Tridax, grass, chili, paddy and brinjal, are of the same size? Or all are of same size and having the same shape? No, no? Yes. No. So, leaves are of different shape and size, but generally they do have the same structure. As you can see here the drawing, what is the part that the leaf attached to the branch or the stem? Can you name it? So, this is the part that is attached to the stem or the branch is called leaf base. The part of the leaf which is attached to the or the stalk like structure which is attached to the stem is called petiole. And the blade like structure, entire leaf structure which is blade like stretched one is called lamina, leaf lamina. Children, are you able to see the lines on the leaf? These lines are called veins and the middle one is called midrib. So, a leaf of any plant, it has the same structure as if you are seeing on this board. The first one, the part which is attached to the stem or the branch is called leaf base. The stalk like structure which is attached to the stem with that of the leaf is called petiole. The blade like structure of the leaf is called leaf lamina. As you see the lines on the leaf, they are called veins and the middle thick one is called midrib. Are you able to see the leaf? Yes, thank you. Here let us see the differences. As you see these different kinds of structure of leaves of different plants. Let us have some similarities and dissimilarities. Children, I want to tell you one very important thing, that Tridax plant, does it have leaf base? Yes, it has a leaf base. Whereas grass plants does have the leaf base? Also they have. In the same way, almost all plants they do have the leaf base. When it comes to petiole, only Tridax plant, chili plant and brinjal plant, they have petiole, but not the grass plant doesn't have and the paddy doesn't have the leaf base. This is the difference what we have to keep in your mind. This will be helpful for you in coming classes. As you see, the edges of these plants, Tridax plants edges are zigzag or rough or saw like. In the same way, chili plant also have a zigzag or rough or saw like leaf blade and also the brinjal. Whereas for grass plants and paddy plant, their leaf blade is just very sharp. They are like just like a plain blade, like a leaf structure is present. Okay. Next, I was very surprised when observing the leaves. Here on the leaf lamina, I observe the presence of lines in a particular manner or particular arrangement. I took the trace of the leaf of a hibiscus leaf. You can also do this experiment. What you have to do? You have to take a leaf, a fresh leaf and a paper. You take one pencil. On the table, you have to put the leaf and over it place a paper, and with the flat end of the pencils you have to rub over the paper. Thereby you can get the tracing of the leaf. There you can see the lines on the leaf lamina. Are you able to see? Yes. These lining of a leaf blade is called venation. Venation. Let us study more about the venation of the leaf. When it comes to Tridax, chili or brinjal, there or else you can take even the hibiscus leaf, the lines on the veins are web-like, and in the middle we can see a thick vein. Here this thick vein which is running in the center of the leaf blade is called midrib. From this midrib there arises the lateral veins, and then these lateral veins further divided into thinner and thinner fine veinlets and spread all over the lamina. So, what is the function of these veins? They act as a skeleton. As if skeleton we are able to stand erect or do our movements. In the same way, these veins help a leaf blade or leaf lamina support. It gives support and shape to the leaf lamina. Okay, children. Not only that, it conducts water and minerals into the plant, into the leaf and collect or supplies food material which is prepared in the leaf to the other parts of the plant body. Here, when observe the venation, venation means the presence of veins in the leaf lamina. How are they? So, that is called leaf venation. The venation of different plants are of different kinds. When observe these two, in case of Tridax or the chili plant with that of grass plant and the paddy plant, the venation is of different kind. How are they? If the venation is just like web like, then that kind of leaf venation is called reticulate leaf venation. Okay. Examples are Tridax, chili and brinjal. When it comes to the paddy, the lines on the paddy leaf they are parallel to each other. Such kind of leaf venation is called parallel leaf venation. Parallel leaf venation examples are grass plants and paddy plant. So, here very interesting thing that now look at the board. The plants with taproot system, what kind of leaf venation do they have? They have reticulate leaf venation. taproot system, taproot system, taproot system. As we have seen in Tridax, chili and brinjal, these plants they have reticulate leaf venation. When it comes to grass plant and paddy plant, they have fibrous root system, and when we observe the leaf carefully, they have parallel leaf venation. So, parallel leaf venation is just like here. The lines are parallel to each other, the veins are parallel to each other. There is no midrib. Midrib is absent in parallel leaf venation. Okay, children. Now, we will study about the functions of a leaf. When it comes to the functions of leaf, leaf performs very important functions, and for that we had to do an experiment. That what we had to select a fresh leaf and try to peel out the outermost layer, and then we had to place the peel on the glass slide in the laboratory, and this glass slide, on this we had to put 1 or 2 drops of water and place the slide under the microscope and observe carefully. There on the microscope we are able to see a bean shaped structure. You can also try to observe such bean shaped structure. These bean shaped structure, they are the cells known as guard cells. In the middle of these bean cells, there we can see a small opening which is called stomata. What is that? Stomata. So, this is the structure of a stomata. Stomata is a small opening, small pore. We call it as a small opening called the pore, the stomata. So, this stomata, it helps in exchange of gases between the leaf and the atmosphere. As if we have the nose for breathing, nose helps us in breathing. So, as this stomata, the tiny pore, helps a leaf in breathing. There are some lakhs of such stomata or thousands of stomata present on a leaf blade, on upper side and lower side. Okay, children. So, here these stomata help in breathing. So, that is the first function of a leaf, helps in respiration. Breathing is also called as respiration. Okay, children. And next, to know the another function of the leaf, we had to perform an experiment. For that we required 2 two potted plants or one single potted plant which is well watered one and under the sun every day. Such plant we have to collect and take one plastic cover like this and cover or enclose that twig of the plant with that cover and tie the cover firmly and place that plant under the sun as if like this for few hours, and also take one more plastic cover and tie its mouth firmly and place in the sun. After few hours, when we observe carefully both the covers, the cover which is empty one will not have any droplets inside inner walls on the inner walls, and the cover which is enclosed the twig, there we can observe presence of tiny droplets inner side on the inner surface. So, what this explains as? That means water is coming out of the plant body. How does this happen? So, this is due to the transpiration. This is due to the transpiration of water by the leaves. What does mean by transpiration? Sending out the excessive water present in the plant body is called transpiration. How does this happen? This is by the help of stomata present on the surface of the leaves. So, transpiration is done by the plant, is another function of the leaf. If transpiration is not done in the plant, what will happen? Just you imagine. Okay, children. So, next another function of the plant is production of food. Food is produced by plant by means of a process called photosynthesis. By means of the process photosynthesis, leaf produces the required amount of plant food, not only for the plant but also for the nature. Not only this, leaves also help in reproduction. Some plants are there, their leaves help the reproduction or replication of the race or their own kind. That what we call it as a reproduction. Okay, children. So, with this we have learnt different parts of a plant and their functions. So, what are the plant's parts? First one is the root, second is the stem, the above is the leaves. Not only these, plants also do have another structure, very important part, that is the flower. Flowers gives beauty to the plant, it gives nature because they are different colored flowers. They increase the aesthetic sense in the nature, isn't it, children? So, these flowers with the help of insects, they undergo pollination process and converted or changed into fruits, as if you can able to see for a plant chili, there is a fruit, isn't it? So, like this flowers play a major role, and we have to learn about the flower in coming classes. Children, I prefer you children to go through the lesson, read it carefully, and think laterally, differently about the nature. Okay children, thank you very much. Bye bye.